Here we have a quad channel USB adapter with a harness on it. The USB adapter is isolated, so we need to supply it the 3V 3 power and ground. So first what we're doing is we are jamming the receive ports of the USB dongle into each of the serial channels going in and out of the autofocus board. Probably the easiest way to do it is just to shove it in and hope that it makes a good connection, or we could just unplug it and just use the pins and plugs as in between, because it's just a direct wire connecting between the plug and the socket of the wires. So all I'm doing here is just getting each channel and plugging them into the P2 and P8 connector so that we can have a look at what the serial data is going between each part of the system. Remembering to also connect the ground and the 3V 3, which would take from the SWD port, and this is just powering the isolation side of the USB serial dongle. Everything should be ground referenced, as I've just soldered all the ports onto the same ground, so we should be good on that. Just also make sure that we ground things to the onboard USB and also between the timer and the autofocus. So next thing to do is to plug in the USB to the laptop and then set up the serial terminals. So we can see we can see 4 ports in there, so we just open all ports, and we are now just reconfiguring all the terminals from their standard Xterm TTY into a hex type display, so that we can actually just see the raw data, as most of the data coming from and to the various devices are in hex. So to do this, what we just do is go into settings, we just make sure we're at 111.520 speed rate and change the emulation down to hex display, and we can then also rename each port. So we'll just repeat that for all the other displays, and what we should then see is data coming in and out on each of the terminals, and we can determine what sort of data is flowing in and out. So we'll do this for all 4 terminals, and then we'll get some action going. So first thing we're going to be doing is just moving and just lasering some lines. So we do this by just setting up a job, very simple job. Press the up and down button, just making sure that everything is showing and not locking up, and currently nothing's locked up, so that's all good. That's a little PCB job that I'm doing, just making sure that things going up and down with the autofocus, and the autofocus stops every now and again. It would be good if the autofocus would be a bit more intelligent than what it is, but it basically just stops whenever you put your hand in there, whatever, instead of just going up and down and maintaining or trying to maintain distance. But hey, that's I suppose it's fine. We can also create an alarm if we just really short the distance, less than probably 200 millimeters, but that can be just switched off when you press it up and down. So everything at the moment is working fine. So holding down the button, then the Z-axis is just going downwards, and autofocus then just sets it back to normal. So it's everything as expected. We can see the data coming in and out of the system, all the button calls, and also the distance that the IR sensor, distance sensor is reading, and it's all looking good at the moment. So just a few more pressing around, a few more tripping the sensor. If you make it really close up, then it will beep, but nothing is untowards at the moment. So switch off that beeping by just pressing the up and down button, but it's not latching as per se at the moment. So we'll now move on to actually doing some lasering, so maybe some interference from the laser could be causing it. So first run, what we'll do is just test some engraving patterns, and this is just me trying out different frequencies and different Q values onto aluminium just to see what different colours are in. So I'm just currently testing that, and then in the meantime also just pressing the buttons up and down just to see if I can latch it or not. So at the moment it's all good, autofocus works, up and down works, everything's good. So I'll just carry on doing that. So a few more patterns, progressively getting darker, more furrier on the aluminium. Higher frequencies we go, so it's a good bit of data for me. Changing some values, pressing the up and down button. Everything looks fine so far. Okay, so now we're going on to another iteration. Just tap the button and it's latched. We weren't doing anything at the time, we just tapped the down button just to make it slightly shorter, and it's now latched. So now you can just stop the latching by pressing the down or the up button, and it will stop it, and then we'll have to auto focus it and push it back again. But every now and again it will just latch. So we'll try and replicate this again. So currently the autofocus is repositioning the head back to 356 mils or thereabouts, and we'll try and do a little bit more burn and see if we can latch it again. So here's another burn. So this is a burn cycle. So everything's back to normal, that's all, everything fine here. Cycle stopped, tap the down button. Yep, it's all good. So everything's fine and working, so let's do some more burning. Okay, final bit of burn. Tap the down button. Oh, and now it's latched again. So it's quite inconsistent really.